1 second. I have to finish snapping this moment. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching another video. And if you are new to my channel, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave here today so you can stay updated with my latest videos. So today we're going to be talking about brushes, and more brushes. These are literally like my starting lineup of brushes, and I definitely get this question so much. I know that when you're first starting out wearing makeup, it can be kind of confusing trying to figure out which brushes to get and how to use them. So in this video, I just figured why not just do a whole video dedicated to makeup brushes, the ones that you really need in your makeup arsenal, and the different ways that you can use them. Now, by all means, that does not mean that you have to go out and get the same exact brushes that I do have. I'm just going to tell you guys the names of the brush, what the brush should look like, and what uses you can possibly use the brush for, just to kind of make it a little bit easier on you whenever you're going brush shopping wherever you shop for brushes. On a side note, I will be filming another video very soon on where to get affordable quality brushes from. When it comes to brushes, I don't believe in spending that much money on them, so I like to find affordable options. So in no particular order, let's go ahead and get started. First up, I'm going to start with the face brushes. Now, my number one face brush is actually not a brush, it's actually a beauty blender. This is actually one of my favorite tools to use. It comes in plenty of different colors. This one is actually from the company Beauty Blender, and I think I paid maybe like $18 for this sponge. You do not have to go get this sponge. Real Techniques has a great version of this makeup sponge that is only $7, I believe. So I haven't got a chance to get my hands on that one yet, but once I do, I'm never going to buy one of these again because I think that they're ridiculously overpriced. These little tools definitely come in handy. You normally use them damp, run them under water, squeeze out the excess just like a sponge, and you can use it to apply normally anything that's liquid or cream based. So I like to use the bottom to apply my foundation. It helps the application go on so much smoother and gives it kind of an airbrush finish. You just pounce it on your face. Literally, this is like the beating part. Like when they say beat your face, this is what they mean. You can use it to apply concealer under the eyes. Also to highlight, I like to use the bottom. If you squeeze it, you can dip it into the cream contour and use it to get a nice precise but blendable contour. You can also use it to set your under eye with the loose setting powder. Just kind of dab the tip in and go under your eye. So this tool definitely has a lot of uses. Very multi-purpose. Love it. Next is going to be your standard powder brush. This one is actually from a company called Jessup, and in my next video you'll hear me talk about Jessup a lot because I love their brushes. When getting a powder brush, you want to make sure that all the bristles are pretty much around the same length. You want to get something that's very dense and fluffy. The reason why is because when you use a powder brush, you want to make sure to distribute powder evenly across your face. Powder brushes are used for powder, and normally when you are brushing away your baking or your under eye set, powder brushes are definitely good for wiping that off flawlessly. I also like to use it to apply my face powder after I'm done. You know, every time you use a cream, you want to follow up with the powder to set it. This is a great setting brush. The next face brush that we're going to talk about is the angled blush brush. This one is very similar to the powder brush in that is very dense and all the bristles are pretty much uniform. Only this one is slightly angled, and this is a really great brush to have, especially if you don't have a lot of makeup brushes. You can really do a lot with this brush. I like to use it to deepen up my contour. You can always set your cream contour, squeeze it even to make it a little bit more precise, and just go in get your contour on fleek. You can also use it to apply blush. You can also, again, use it to sweep on highlighter or to dust away that setting powder. And if you forget your powder brush, this is actually a really good alternative. So this brush definitely has a lot of multi-uses, so I would definitely look into adding a angled blush brush to your makeup kit. Now moving on to eye brushes, the first one that we're going to talk about is the angled flat eyeliner brush. This one is actually from Sephora. I do believe it's the Eyeliner 90 brush, but I'm not sure. I will try to link it in the description below if I can find it online. But this is, oh my gosh, you guys, one of my favorite brushes ever. I literally will like die without this brush. This brush is a holy grail in my makeup kit because this is what I use for my eyebrows to fill them in. You know how I like to draw like the little hairs in with the Dip Brow Pomade. This is amazing for that, and not only is it great for that, it is also great for doing a winged eyeliner, especially when using cream. Because it's shaped on an angle, it makes it very easy for you to do that, you know, cat eye flick at the end. It just makes life a whole lot easier with this brush. So those are pretty much the two uses that I pretty much use, but people have used this brush to add concealer to their eyebrows to like clean up the bottom and stuff because of the sharp edge. But again, it is a flat brush, so I don't know if you guys can really tell, but it is very thin, and that is the key to brushes like this. You don't want them too thick because then your lines are going to be super thick and sloppy. The next eye brush that we're going to talk about is the concealer brush. Now, concealer brushes come in a variety of different sizes. I actually have two that I'm going to show you. This one is the Jessup concealer brush. This one is a little bit bigger than I would normally like, but concealer brushes are really awesome. And if you guys know anything about concealer and how you can use it to pretty much do anything from clean up, you know, messy eye makeup, clean up a winged eyeliner mistake, clean up the bottom of your eyebrows, conceal under your eyes, highlight down your nose, cover blemishes, anything that you can use concealer for, you pretty much can use this little nifty concealer brush for. That's why it's so freaking awesome. Now, because this one is a little bit bigger, I probably would not want to use it under my eyebrow, but this is something that I would use, you know, everywhere else on my face. The shape to a normal concealer brush is usually a dome shaped. They're normally synthetic brushes, so that way they don't soak up a lot of product since you are normally using them with cream. They're dome shaped and very flat as well, not very fluffy, not very dense, which is how you want them to look. This one is a smaller brush. This one is actually from Morphe. It did come in that makeup set that I mentioned earlier. This one is a smaller concealer brush. This is the one that I would kind of go in with under my eyebrow and just kind of clean up any you know, mistakes that I made with my eyeliner. So these are both concealer brushes, whichever size. If you have one at home already and they look similar to this and they're a different size, by all means, if it works for you, keep it. I'm just letting you guys know what I use and what I consider staples in my makeup kit. Next on the list is going to be a blending brush. Blending brushes are absolutely must-haves for people who like to wear eyeshadow, because what is eyeshadow without blending? You're gonna look crazy if your eyeshadow is not blended. So you definitely want a good blending brush. There are a lot of good blending brushes on the market. Blending brushes, again, I have two different ones that I'm going to show you, but they're normally, again, a sort of dome shaped or tapered. This one is tapered where the middle point is a little bit higher and the bristles are longer than they are on the sides. And this one is actually similar to like our powder brush where all the bristles are the same length and it's just kind of fluffy and fanned out. Either way, you definitely want something that's very fluffy because you want it to be able to take the product and blend it out in your crease or outer corner of your eye. These are holy grails for eyeshadow. Any type of eyeshadow you want to do, any type of look you want to do, you need to be able to blend it well. This is actually MAC 217 brush. This is a Morphe brush. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Definitely is great for blending. This one is actually a little bit more concentrated since it is tapered. If you want something a little bit less concentrated, a little bit more blending going on, I would recommend something that is a little bit more fluffy and not tapered. Next, we have our eyeshadow brush. Now, similar to the concealer brush, our eyeshadow brush is going to be sort of flat, but still a little fluff to it. It is going to be a dome shaped, and sometimes you want to opt for synthetic over hair depending on what kind of products you're adding. Cream eyeshadows like ColourPop's Super Shock shadows, those work much better with a synthetic eyeshadow brush. And then, you know, like matte eyeshadows, they probably work a little bit better with hair like brushes that can hold a little bit more product, I would say. I would definitely just use it to, you know, dab into whatever product that I'm using and just apply it straight to your lid, just like that. That's exactly what this brush is for. I mean, you can use it for the bottom, but we have something that's a little bit better for that. I would definitely not use this brush in your crease because it's not gonna blend and it's gonna leave you with a streaky eyeshadow, which you don't want at all. You want it to blend so it looks nice. Last but not least, one of my favorite brushes ever is a smudger brush. This brush is from the Jessup collection, and this is called the Short Shader Brush. This brush is very similar to, you know, any of the other eye brushes that we talked about, and that it is a dome shape. The bristles are a lot shorter, which is great because you don't want the product to disperse all over the place. You don't want to cover a wide area with a shader brush. I do, you add eyeshadow to the bottom of your eye, just kind of across the bottom, or you can add eyeshadow to the tear ducts of your eye. Because this is a brush that you want to use to smudge, so you want it to have a lot of bristles. You want it to be nice and densely packed and very fluffy. That way you can kind of get that product to move across the lid without a lot of effort. So there you have it, guys. That was pretty much my guide to brushes. You want to add foundation? Cool, you got it. You want to add powder? Here. You want to do your eyebrows? You are definitely good with this and this. If you want to highlight and contour, you can add a highlight with this. You can cream contour with this, and then you can set it all with this. So pretty much anything that you want to do. A cut crease, boom. Regular eyeshadow, boom. You want to put eyeshadow in your tear ducts or along the bottom of your waterline, boom. So pretty much literally anything that you want to do with your makeup, you can get done with those 10 brushes. You don't need a million brushes. You don't need $100 brushes, expensive brushes. That's all you need. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know. Please comment below. Let me know what other kind of videos you guys want to see. I really hope this was helpful for you. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And that's all I have for you ladies today. Stay beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.